Clemson. Woo! Hey, welcome back to Latrevia's Kitchen. I know you saw that thumbnail, and we are making Clemson themed vanilla buttermilk cupcakes, y'all. Woo! You see that in the back of the door there? Gameday. This is all in honor of Clemson's first game of the season this upcoming Saturday. I am excited. They're going to be in North Carolina at the Bank of America Stadium, and I plan on being in the house. So let's get into the ingredients so that we can make these Clemson themed cupcakes. I know they're going to be oh so delicious, y'all. Instead of using all-purpose flour, we're going to be using Swans Down cake flour, about 3 cups of this. Instead of using regular butter or unsalted butter, we're going to be using some Crisco shortening sticks. So 1 stick is actually a cup. This is butter flavored. We have 2 cups of granulated sugar, 1 cup of buttermilk, 6 eggs, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. We're going to be using 3/4 teaspoons of kosher salt, about 4 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. I got that Watkins brand because it's a really big bottle. And once we get all this mixed up together, right, we're going to be putting them in my little Clemson cupcake liners. Look at the paw right there. And then it has paws on the side and it says Tigers. I am so excited, y'all. And we're having vanilla buttercream icing, right? We're making that. And to continue with that theme, we're going to be using some orange and purple sprinkles to top off our cupcakes. They're going to look so great. I cannot wait, y'all. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is take this shortening stick, open it up, and 1 stick is a cup, right? Right. So let's go ahead and get this out. It may be a little difficult, it's okay. If you squeeze it, it's already nice and soft. And we're gonna drop this stick into our bowl. Go ahead and get this off because remember all of this is 1 cup. And set this off to the side. We're going to start with the paddle. Let's try to get this nice and mixed. Spread out. And we're going to add our 2 cups of granulated sugar. So we want this to get nice and fluffy, okay? So beat it about 4 minutes. While that is going, we're going to measure out our 3 cups of Swans Down cake flour. This measuring cup goes up to 4. So this is also one of my favorite ones for solids. Now we got 3 cups, as you can see there, 3 cups of cake flour. So we're gonna set this off to the side and bring over another bowl. So we're gonna pour our 3 cups of cake flour in here. I want all the flour. And we're done with this measuring cup for now. You want to add in our 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And then we're also going to add in our 3/4 teaspoons of kosher salt. So that's about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Drop that in. And now we're going to whisk this together, get a nice mix. So we have this all mixed together. Our solids right here. We have our 1 cup of buttermilk. Once we get this mixed together and incorporated in with our eggs, then we'll start adding our flour and our buttermilk. But first, we need to scrape the sides of this bowl. I'm going to use a butter knife. Just going to lift this up and scrape our butter down. You know, get everything off of the knife and set our knife down to the side and turn this back on. And we're going to incorporate 1 egg at a time, making sure that we scrape down the sides of the bowl and get it mixed in well before we add another one. So we got 1 egg in there. I'm going to speed up the mixer a little bit. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I know I am. Just thinking about the game gets me all excited. Make me think about all my old college days, hanging out with my buddies. And if you want to rep your school by, say you like the Gamecocks, at the same store where I found my little Clemson cupcake liners, I found them in Florence, South Carolina at the store called Rivals. So I know it has Gamecock gear and Clemson gear in there. And since they have the cupcake liners for Clemson, they should have Gamecock ones in there as well. And I also know if you go on Amazon somewhere, if you like other schools, you should be able to find things for your school as well, so that you can do this for your game day experience at your own home. So now we have all of our eggs in our mixture, our butter and sugar mixture, and we want to make sure that they get really incorporated in, they get mixed in really well. So we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. We want to make sure, like, when your guests, if you have guests eating these cupcakes, or you got a family member that lives in the house, if they didn't see you make it, you want them to be able to bite into that cupcake and be like, oh, you got this from a bakery. No, boo-boo, I made it myself. I hope you enjoy. Yes, you see how that's kind of like dripping down right there? Yes, so we're going to scrape the sides of the bowl. So we got that scraped. If you see my head moving a little bit like I'm dancing, Tiger Eyes kind of playing in my head a little bit. When I say y'all don't know how excited I am, I really am excited. One of the things every year, I always look forward to the start of the Clemson football season. I was in Tiger Band when I was there, and then I also remember 3rd grade when they asked you, what do you want to do, what school you want to go to? I told them right then and there I wanted to go to Clemson University. And I made that dream come true. So anybody watching that's in high school, middle school, if you have ideas and goals for your school, where you want to go, what you want to be, you can do anything you set your mind to. Always remember that. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't. Because you are your own biggest competition. Remember that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this flour mixture and this buttermilk mixture. And we're going to alternate back and forth. We want to start with the flour and end with the flour. So we're going to start pouring some of this flour in. Once it looks like it's getting mixed in really well, then we're going to pour in this buttermilk. The buttermilk's going to look like it's sitting at the top for a little bit, so let it get mixed in well, okay? And just continue back and forth until you end with the flour mixture. So I just poured the last of my buttermilk mixture in there. And now it's time for the last of my flour mixture. Bowl's all empty. So we'll set these off to the side here. And remember, we want everything to be all incorporated in, so we're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. Turn that off. Also get whatever little flour that's up top here, knock that down. Now, if you're doing this and all you smell is buttermilk right now, that you're about right. That's all you're going to smell at the moment. Remember, we got to add that vanilla in. And earlier, I think I forgot to mention one key thing. You want to make sure that your oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Everything looks like it's really mixed well in here. So I'm going to take my pure vanilla extract and pour it in. Remember at the beginning I said about 4 teaspoons. That pure vanilla extract makes it smell oh so wonderful. We're going to be using this again for our vanilla buttercream icing. So we're going to set this off to the side for later use. And while this is incorporating our vanilla extract, we're going to take our cupcake tin and line them with our little liners. You guys are so cute. Hey, and you don't want to overbeat your cake mix, so it's time to stop. Just so I know that it's really incorporated nice, I'm going to scrape the sides to make sure I don't see anything else on the sides here. Everything seems to be coming right off. Go ahead and get this off of here. And if you're wondering, can you use butter? Yes. Instead of using the shortening, you can use a cup of butter. You'll just need 2 sticks of butter to make that cup. If you use butter, I would recommend using unsalted butter. If you go that route. So now we have our cake mix done. So we're gonna pull this off and set this off to the side. And I'm gonna be using the ice cream scoop to fill my cupcake liners. I like to stir one more time. So we got 1 cupcake tin filled about 3/4 of the way for each liner. And now we're gonna fill the other cupcake tin. For that last cupcake tin and this one, I'm not gonna spray my cupcake liners, but you can if you want to. If you do, I recommend using Baker's Joy. So we have filled 24 cupcake liners and we're about to put them in the oven for about 15 minutes. We'll check on them then, poke them with a little toothpick and see if the toothpick comes out clean. Our cupcakes have about 4 more minutes in the oven. And so now it's time to go ahead and get set up for making our vanilla buttercream icing. We have powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, 4 cups of that. We're going to be using a couple tablespoons of the heavy whipping cream and a cup of that unsalted butter. I got the Land O'Lakes and our pure vanilla extract. So first, we take 2 sticks of butter. The butter's been sitting out, so it's nice and I can push in a little bit. It's room temperature. Drop that in there. To make this icing, we're using the wire whisk. Because we want it nice and fluffy and easy for us to pipe that out. And we're gonna start beating our butter. Because we want that butter to be nice and fluffy, right? And if you remember from the shrimp dip video that the whisk likes to try to hold things in, so just speed it on up. And now our butter is somewhat on the sides. So it's time for us to pour in some of that confectioner's sugar, about half of it. So we're gonna speed this up a little bit more, because we really wanted to get incorporated in there. And we're gonna use a butter knife to go ahead and scrape down the sides and try to force that butter to play nice with this confectioner's sugar. There's a big lump stuck in the middle of this wire whisk, so we're going to try to push it on out. scrape down the sides of the bowl here. And I see that our 15 minutes are up for our timer. Make sure you always use some oven mitts. Protect your hands, protect yourself. Looks like we made some jumbo cupcakes. I'm gonna pull out this bottom wire right here, and I am going to take a toothpick and check one. It's not coming out clean. As you can see, there's some stuff still left on the toothpick. So we're going to push this right back in. And check back in another few minutes. While those cupcakes are still baking, we're going to continue to work on our icing, right? On a little bit high. And it's starting to look like icing, you guys. So now we're going to take about a tablespoon and pour that in there. Go ahead and make it 2 tablespoons of the heavy whipping cream. If you want a little bit more, you can add more. And now it's time to take the rest of our confectioner sugar. The reason why we're adding some of this heavy cream is because it actually kind of like loosens it up a little bit. It's not as thick. Easier to pipe it out. Gives it a nice texture. We got all of our confectioner sugar out. Now it's time to add maybe about, you can do about 1 to 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. I'm gonna turn this all the way up. And you guys, look at this. We have some homemade buttercream icing, you guys. And it tastes so good. Nice and sweet. One thing that you can do, you can add like a little pinch of salt to cut the sweetness if you would like. We're going to check back in on our cupcakes. As you can see, our cupcakes here, don't they look so nice and beautiful, guys? And I'm gonna take this one in the back and check it. And you can see, compared to this, how this one looked, all this extra on there. This one is pretty clean. Then we're gonna let them sit there for about 5 minutes to cool. So now our cupcakes are cool. See, they're easy to touch, and we got some of them on this tray. The rest, I have them set to the side and they'll be iced later. So I have a disposable piping bag, a little plastic one I ordered. I got it on Amazon. And it has like a little 5-star tip. I'm not sure if you can see that there, but a nice little 5-star tip. We're going to take the knife that we were using to scrape down the sides for our icing and fill our little container here. With our buttercream. The buttercream's gonna be a little thick. So just gonna shake this icing on down in here. If you don't have piping tips, you can take the butter knife and just spread your icing over your cupcake. These are your cupcakes. You do what you want to do for those. So we're gonna try to get as much of our icing in here as we possibly can. Remember I said this makes a thick buttercream. So if you want a little bit of a less thick consistency, use more than 2 tablespoons of the heavy whipping cream. We're gonna start with this for now. Take the top, squeeze it down. Squeeze it down till we see some come out. The ends, there we go, a little bit's out. And I like to start in the middle and then work my way out. And come back up. And you have that nice mountain of icing right there. And you see, guys, we have iced our cupcakes. See those nice peaks right there, right? So now we are going to do our sprinkles. Yes. Remember, Clemson theme. Cap kind of got stuck, so I decided to go ahead and just sprinkle with my hands. And now we're going to do the purple. Remember, they're Clemson themed cupcakes, so I want to see orange and purple on every last one of them, y'all. And if you're doing your team, make sure you represent your team colors. And y'all, we are done. Don't they look so delicious, you guys? And y'all, we are done. Look at these gorgeous beauties. Aren't they beautiful, y'all? All those orange and purple sprinkles on top of that vanilla buttercream icing. Look at those cupcake liners making it pop. We got the paw. We got tigers on the side. It just all comes together so well. I cannot wait to dig into these cupcakes. These will be great for a tailgate, great for a watch party you're having at home. Just you whip up some of these for your team, set them out, And they'll think that you went to the bakery, guys. Look at that. Y'all, I really hope you like this video. And if you try out these cupcakes, I really hope you enjoy the cupcakes. Look at them. Don't they look wonderful? That paw on the bottom. You got tigers and paws on the side. Ooh, I cannot wait to dig into these. If you try them out, leave me a comment below and let me know how you like them, y'all. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. When you subscribe, you hit that little notification bell. You get notifications of when I post more tasty, delicious treats, whether they're cupcakes, cookies, or any other kind of meals or dips. If you got any ideas, things that you want me to make for you guys, let me know, and I'll make it happen for you, all right? Have a great night, y'all. Bye.